Hey everyone, Screaming Geek Meat here. I am Jerry the Geek. Welcome to 2024. And the first video of the year, we're going to do another 4K wish list. I haven't done one of these for a while. But before we get into that, if you like physical media, if you like 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs, if you like home theater, movies in general, check out my other videos on my channel. I always do unboxings, reviews, discussions, collection updates. Check that stuff out, see what you like. Hit that like button. Subscribe and turn your bell notifications on. So again, welcome to 2024. I kick off with a 4K wish list. I've done previous videos about wish lists. I think I've done 3 of them. So this is number 4. And I keep trying to come up with, showcase some different ones I'd like to see on 4K. But before we do, the ones I went over in the last 3 videos, I've had a total of 78 titles I talked about I'd like to see on 4K. And of those, 10 of them have come out on 4K. We got Bloodsport, which is unfortunate as an import, it's not a US release. The Core, Deep Impact, Dragonheart, Duel, Face Off, The Fugitive, The Haunting, Hellraiser, and U-571. So those have all was on my wish list, and they all did come out in 4K. A few of those are import only, and I think like 7 of them are US releases. And also, from all those I've talked about, there's a few that's actually announced that are coming out, because we got The Abyss coming up, Conan the Barbarians are both coming out, Darkman's coming out, and then also we have a couple that's rumored. We got the original Assault on Precinct 13 from John Carpenter. That's been rumored to come out. I'm not sure who's doing that. Probably Shout. Broken Arrow is rumored. I think Keanu Lorber is going to be doing that one. The Crow, the original one with Brandon Lee, that's rumored to be coming out. So let's jump into my next batch I'd like to see on 4K. First up, we've got a pair of them. We've got the Ghost Rider movies. Those would be awesome on 4K. I'm surprised Sony has not put these out. Maybe there's some legal issues. It's hard to tell, being Marvel characters. Whoever, hopefully they still have the rights to them. But yeah, I'd love to see both of these on 4K. Next up, we have another pair. We've got the newer Mighty Joe Young with Bill Paxton. I doubt we'll see this one because it's Disney. And of course, then we got the original Mighty Joe Young. We got Warner Brothers put that out. So I could see maybe Warner Archives doing a... I don't think they've done any Warner Archives 4Ks yet. I'm not sure. Please comment below. Let me know if if I'm wrong or not. I don't know. I know they've done Blu-rays with the Warner Archives, but so it'd be cool to see this one done. Next up, we have Spawn. This would be killer. This is from New Line Cinema. This would be killer on 4K. Maybe because they are rebooting this one. They're making a new one, so that would be cool to see this one get an upgrade. Next up, we have The Rocketeer. Another one would be awesome, but it's Disney, so it sucks that a lot of these on my list are Disney-owned and will never see the light of day. Next up, we have Mimic. Now, I think Keanu Lorber has shown that they are going to be putting this out. They haven't really put a release date on it yet, but that one supposedly is coming. Next up, we have the original Triple X, and then the second one, State of Union. The third one is available in 4K, so I'm not sure why they haven't gone back and done the first 2. Next up, we have Wild Wild West with Kevin Kline and Will Smith. This is one I remember the first time I ever watched it on DVD. I didn't really care for it the first time around, but after that, it kind of grew on me. It is a good classic. I really enjoy watching this. So yeah, I'd love to see this one hit 4K. Another one is Twins. Now, only if they get some good source material, because I know I did a review on this and it's not much better than a DVD. They must have had a shitty source because it's not that great, even coming from Shout. So I'm hoping they can come up with a better source materials and then do a proper restoration of it. Especially with them, they're still supposed to do a sequel to this. Here's another one I'm surprised I have not seen yet on 4K, Tango and Cash. This is a great classic with Stallone and Kurt Russell. So Warner Brothers, jump on and get this puppy out. Next up, we got Purple Rain. You know, this is a decent Blu-ray, but definitely there's room for improvement. So I have to be between, you know, the video and even audio. If they could do a good mix, this would make a phenomenal 4K. Next up, we have Castaway with Tom Hanks. But being a Fox movie, Disney, the fat chance of that happening. But this would be awesome to have on 4K with a, get a Dolby Atmos mix with it. Another great one's A Big Hit with Mark Wahlberg. Also has Lou Diamond Phillips. Fantastic action movie. If you haven't seen this one, I highly recommend it. It's a great movie. This would be really kick-ass on 4K. I got I Am Legend with Will Smith. I'm thinking this probably could be hitting sometime because they are going to do another one. And being a Warner Brothers, I don't see anything, I'm sure they will be getting this one put out. Another favorite of mine, Hoosiers. This would be phenomenal in 4K. Get that visual, from that old Prince. And also the audio track is great. It's got a great music score to it. So yeah, I would love to see this one on 4K. Next up, we got Stealth. Another fantastic action movie. I think this is a kind of like a sleeper hit. A lot of people don't talk about this. This is a great movie. This is a Sony, so maybe they might be looking at putting this out on 4K, hopefully. Next up, we have an animated movie, 9. This is such a great movie. And it's another one a lot of people don't talk about. I think it's just kind of a forgotten title. Got a phenomenal story to it. The animation is great. So yeah, I would love this. Animation really shows that on a 4K. This would look phenomenal. Next up, we'd have the Lethal Weapon collection. This I see coming next year because they are doing Lethal Weapon 5. So I think it would be stupid for Warner Brothers not to capitalize on that because, help promote the new one. Why not put the originals out? But hopefully they do it properly because the Blu-rays, as far as I know, the first 2 are the theatrical cuts. The only way to get the director's cuts of the first 2 are the DVDs. So I'm not sure. I think Warner Brothers dropped the ball when they went and do the Blu-rays. They kind of, they said piss on it. They didn't do the director's cuts. So hopefully we see that come to 4K. Next up, we got Surviving the Game. This is a great action flick with Rutger Hauer, Ice-T. Now, this is getting a brand new Blu-ray treatment from Shout Factory, which is, I don't understand, why would you go through a restoration process and put out a Blu-ray, not a 4K? So I would see this coming out in 4K next year. I will not buy the Blu-ray. I'm going to hold out and hopefully they'll put the 4K out. Another all-time classic, Popeye, with Robin Williams. I haven't watched this for quite some time. You can see this is the Blu-ray. Now, Paramount did put out a 40th anniversary on Blu-ray a couple years ago, or 3 years ago maybe. So it is on the radar, so maybe we'll see a 4K jump. Next up is another surprising one that has not hit 4K. Reanimator. There's multiple versions available on Blu-ray, which I've never picked up. I still got the DVD here. So maybe they're having rights issues. I don't know. But yeah, this is, I think, would be a big demand with all the horror fanatics out there. This would be a big hit on 4K. Next, we got The Jackal with Richard Gere and Bruce Willis. Another phenomenal movie I'd love to see on 4K. Another one I've never picked up on Blu-ray. Still got this old crappy DVD. And we got The Glimmer Man with Steven Seagal. This would be awesome. And looking up, I'm surprised this never even got a Blu-ray release. I thought it had, but according to Blu-ray.com, it is not listed. At least in the U.S. I did see some Spanish and French imports that you can get on Blu-ray, but not the U.S. So yeah, this would be a good action movie to have on 4K. That'd be phenomenal. Next up, we've got The General's Daughter with John Travolta. Another phenomenal movie. I love this thing. I've watched this many times. It is on Blu-ray, but I read the review. They said the Blu-ray pretty much sucks. They did a shitty job with it. Yeah, I would love to see Paramount revisit and do a proper restoration, get a nice transfer, and put this on 4K. Another great classic I've watched a million times on DVD, Galaxy Quest. I know they've done recent transfers on Blu-ray. I never picked up. It was rumored to come to 4K, but it hasn't happened. It's a Universal title, so yeah, I would love to see this. And like I said, I've watched this many, many times. This is such a fun movie. Has, with Tim Allen. It's got a great cast. Sigourney Weaver. And then we have Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I can see this coming. Criterion did a special Blu-ray just a couple years ago. So I definitely, it is on the radar. I would imagine they might put this out on 4K eventually. So that pretty much does, those are all of them I've never talked about. But the end of the episode, I'm going to talk about a movie that I have brought this up on every wish list I've done. And it would still be on my... If I could choose one movie to come out on 4K right now that has not been released or announced, it's Titan AE. It is one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. Even for this DVD from Fox, this actually looks fairly decent. It's got a kick-ass DTS track. So yeah, I would love to see Disney, if they don't want to piss with it, let Shout, let Kino, let someone have this, because this would be freaking awesome on 4K. The colors in this would just freaking leap off the screen with that HDR. It really deserves a 4K treatment. I'd like to see everyone, jump out there, get it trending, get Disney to, start licensing out some of their stuff. If they don't want to do it, let someone else do it. In recent years, I mean, The Abyss, True Lies have been at the top of everyone's list, which they've been near the top of mine, especially The Abyss. But even if The Abyss wasn't announced, I would prefer to have this one first. That's how much I really appreciate this animation. It deserves a 4K treatment. So Disney, get your heads out of your ass, do something about it. Give us some of these titles that we all want. So that pretty much wraps it up for my 4K wish list. This is the 4th episode I've done. It's kind of nice to see how many. Sometimes I come up with other titles or I forgot to mention, and so I like to keep things stirred up and see what everyone else out there wants. Comment below. Let me know what you think of this list. Other one, or if I haven't thought about them, what you would like to see. Yeah, check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, and turn your bell notifications on. And we'll see you soon. Geek out.